Hey everybody, it's Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to continue our look at Glasgow Kiss by John Petrucci by taking a look at the first guitar solo here. So we're going to start out of the acoustic section here. Now obviously there's more acoustic parts underneath this, but we're just going to take the main guitar lines down here, something he would probably do live. This is a harmonized part too, so there's really two guitar lines, but we're once again going to play the main melody note in the harmony. So we're going to start here. 9th fret. This is around the 3-minute and 30-second mark of the song, I believe, somewhere around there. So we're here at the, I could be wrong, but we have the 9th fret here on the G string, then a half step bend and release on the 8th fret, over a whole step bend and release of the 9th fret on the D, and slide up to 11. Then 8, 9 on the G string to the 9th on the D. Then hit that 9 again. Back 9, 8, 9. Over to the 9 on the high E. Now I'm going to include both harmony notes in this next one because I think they both are kind of equal in the recording, and one's not lower than the other. So and that's just the 11th fret on the G string, the 12th fret on the B string together. And then we come over and play 11, 12 on the high E. So all together. All right, to continue, this is next. All right, so we have 16 on the high E, then 14, 12, 14 on the B. Then do a whole step bend and release at the 17th on the B, 16, 14, 16. We got. And then whole step bend and release at the 19th fret. Then 17, 16, and that guitar line actually goes back to the 17th fret, but we're going to instead go. So that starts the actual, the little main solo content here after that harmonized part. And those two notes happen at the same time. So we're going to instead opt to skip down and start the kind of more aggressive soloing here. We have a whole step bend at the 12th fret. Little blues lick here. So we have whole step bend, then 9, 12, 9, and then a whole step bend at the 11th fret on the G, to the 9 on the B, 9 on the high E. Back to a whole step bend at the 12th fret on the B string. Then we have, and that's going to be 9, 12 to 9 on the high, 9 on the high E, 12 to 9 on the B again. You can pull that off at 12 to 9, and then do a whole half step bend, and release at the 11th fret on the high E string. I'm just going to hold that. So all together. All right, now we're going to do this long legato run, which I'll slow it down a little bit here, so it's going to be something like this. All right, so what's going on there? It's kind of not very difficult to remember. That's a great thing. A lot of Petrucci stuff, it seems very, some of it seems just all over the place. But if you really look at it, it's pretty easy to break down. So we have the one string that doesn't fit the pattern here is this first one, where we're just going to do a pull off from 12 to 9. While you're doing this, always pick the first note on each new string. So we have pick 12, pull off to the 9th fret. Then we're going to go the 3 notes on this string. Now there's going to be 3 notes on every string besides this now, at least 3 fingers. So we have 11 on the G string, 9 and 8. You're going to pick this, the 11th, pull off all the way down to the 8th fret, hammer on back up to the 11, and pull back off the 8. So we got, we're just rolling between those 3 fingers up and down. All right, so we got this. All right, now we're going to do just straight 3s on each string. So we have now the 9th, the 11th, 9th, and 7th fret on the D string. You're going to pick that and pull off. You're going to pick the 9 and pull off 9 and 7. Same thing on the 5th string. Back to the 4th string and do the same thing again. Back to the 5th string and do the same thing again, but this time do it twice. So we have all together. Then skip back to the 6th position. We're going to have your pinky at the 9th fret, second finger at the 7th fret, and first finger at the 6th fret on the D string. Pull off 9, 7, 6, and pull off 9, 7, 6 on the A string as well. And end it with picking that 7th fret on the A string. So we have all right, so you can see it's just a lot of, if you know the scale, it's pretty easy to follow down. All right, now we have, which is just slide from end of the 9 and pick 9, 12. Then keeping that same shape, we're just going to skip up to the 11th fret on the A string, do 11, 14. Same thing on the D. Then skip up to the G string at the 13th fret, do the same thing, 13, 16. Over to the 14th fret, B string, and back down to the 13th fret on the G. Then we're going to have, that's just 16, 17 on the B, to 14 on the high E, slide back into that 17th fret on the B string. 16th fret, I'm sorry. Then we had this little lick. So we have just 14, 16, 17 on both the high E and the B string. So skip up to the 19th fret with your pinky, play 19, 16, just down, up, and then 17, 14. So we skip back down. Then we're going to start a series of pull-offs to the open E string. So we have pulling off from 16 to 14, 16 to open string, then 14 to open string, then 12 to open string, 11 to open string, and resolving it on the 9th fret on the high E string. So when he gets into those pull-offs, he does them a little faster, obviously. Okay, now we have this big long lick. I'll slow it down a little bit. That is going to be picking kind of a stretch here, 21 to 16, down up. Then you're going to pull off 17 to 16 on the B, and pull off 18 to 16 on the G. Then we're going to do an upward sweep motion across the 16th fret on the high E to the B, to the 18th fret on the G string, and you're going to pull that off to the 16th fret on the G. And do the same lick again, starting with the upward sweep on the 16th fret, but this time on the B string. So we can cross to the G string and to the D string, pulling off 18 to 16. So these two are same lick, just on one string apart. All right, then we come to here. We go to pull off 14 to 13 on the D, then pull off 16 to 13, back to 14 to 13. Then hammer on 11 to 13, and resolve it with the final note here, 14th fret on the D string. Now we have a lick that kind of moves around a little bit. All right, so we have, it is the same pattern over and over again, so it's kind of easy to remember. We have 14 on the D, 16 on the G string, so this is down up. Then move that same thing, but down 3 frets to the 11th fret. Then the same thing up to the 18th fret. Same thing down to the 16th fret. So 14, 11, 18, 16. Come over to the G string. We have 18th fret to the 19th fret on the B this time. Same thing, 2 frets down. Then we go to the 19th fret on the B string to the 21st fret. Down, same thing now, down 2 frets lower. And then 3 frets lower at the 14th fret. And when you play that last note, quickly bend it up to the that half step bend. All right, then we have this little phrase. All right, so we have 17, pull off the 16 on the high E, then pick 17 again. Then come over to the 18, 16 on the G string and do the same lick. Then do the 16, 14 on the high E string, same pattern. Then shift that over to the 16, 14 on the G string. Then over to the 14, 12 on the high E, same pattern. All right, now we have this tapping phrase, which I'll slow it down a little bit. All right, so we're going to start here. I like to break this up in 2 little parts. First one is just the parts that happen on the high E string. So that's going to be. All right, so we have, you're going to hammer on 11, 12, 14 on the hammer on from nowhere. You're not going to pick anything. All right, now you're going to tap the 16th fret on the high E and pull it off, and pull those 3 notes back off all the way down to 11. Then we do the same thing again. We're going to tap at the 17th fret though, and pull off those 3 notes. Then tap at the 19th fret and pull off those 3 notes. So we have. Then you can come back down and tap the 17th fret. And this is where we change the left hand a little bit to a little bit of a stretch. We're going to tap and pull off to 14, then pull off to 12, and pull off to 9. So you get that little shift. So just practice that much first. Okay? Then we start all the tapping that happens now just at the 16th fret. And it goes across strings. So we're gonna hammer now from, you're gonna tap, the tapping pattern changes now. We're gonna tap 16 and pull off to the first note here at the 9th fret and hammer on 11, 12. So that's the pattern now. Continue that same pattern by tapping at the 16th fret, but the notes in the left hand will be 9, 10, 12. Tap at the 16 again on the G. The notes in the left hand now will be 8, 9, 11 on the G string. Then we're going to tap at the 16th on the D string, and the notes in the left hand will be 7, 9, 11 on the D. Same thing on the 5th string. Same thing on the 6th. Back to the 5th string. Back to the 4th string. And end it with a tap at the 14th fret and hold it at on the 14th fret on the G string. So we have all right, then we have this phrase. So we have slide to the 14 on the G, to 17 on the B, back to 14 on the G, half step, bend and release. He does a little flutter in there on the 16th fret. Down to 14 on the B, 16 on the G, then a whole step bend, the 16th fret on the D string. Resolve to the 14th fret on the D. Then 16, 18, 16 on the D. Start the next phrase. So that's 16 to 19 on the B string, 16 on the G again. Whole step bend and release at the 19th on the B. 17, 16, back to 17. Then a whole step bend and release at the 19th fret on the high E. 17, 16. All right, now we have this next legato phrase. I'll slow it down. So that's just hammer on, pick 16th fret on the high E string, hammer on 17, 19, pull back off 17, 16, then just do 19, 17, 16 on the B string, 18, 16, 14 on the G string, and then the same thing on the D string. Reach over and grab this 16th fret on the A string and grab the octave of that on the 14th fret on the B. This next one, just kind of getting to the end of the solo here. This next phrase. That is going to be 13, 16 on the G string to 14, 17 on the B. As soon as you pick that 17, you're going to slide it into the 19th fret and do a whole step bend. Grab the 19th fret on the high E string while you're doing that bend. Then pick the B string again and release the bend. And go 17, 19. So we get this. Then that is a 15th fret here on the G string, half step bend and release to the 16th fret on the D, back to the 15th fret on the G, slide 16 to 18 to 18 on the high E, back down to 18 on the G string. Then we had the last phrase. All right, so this is kind of the same pattern again, taken up the scale. We're going to pick pick a note, the 10th fret here, pull off to the open string. Then hammer on 9 to 10. So that is the pattern. Okay. Then we're going to pick the 12th fret, pull it off to the open string, scoot up here and hammer on 10 to 12. Then we're going to do the same pattern. We're going to pick 14, pull off to the open string, and scoot up here and hammer on 12 to 14. And then you're going to pick the 16th fret, pull it off to the open string, scoot up to the 14th fret and hammer on 14 to 16. So we have. Then we're going to continue 17th fret now, pull off to the open string, hammer on 16, 17, sorry. Then you get pull off to the open string from the 19th fret, hammer on 17, 19, then pick 21 and pull off to the open string, hammer on 17, 19, pull off from 22 to open string. And then these last three notes, you're going to pick them both all 21, 22, 24 on the B string. So we have. Slide down to the B, an octave lower on the same string, 12th fret, pick it twice, and an octave lower, the B on the 4th fret on the G string, and pick that twice. All right, and that concludes the first solo for Glasgow Kiss. Thanks for following along. I'll see you soon.